It's quite fortunate that we have mutually complementary economic structure. We do not intend to export our product here in Indonesia. We are ready to transfer technology, and also we are quite enthusiastic, to train the Indonesian peoples. We are indispensable partner, at the global stage. As a middle power, so we need many, and much rooms to improve our relations. So we are ready to take off together with Indonesia.
Annyeonghaseyo, selamat datang. Welcome to the Jakarta Globe Corner. The relationship between Indonesia and the Republic of Korea has grown into a special strategic partnership, speeding trade, investment, and advanced manufacturing, also energy transition, digital innovation, and people-to-people exchanges. Amid increasing geopolitical uncertainty and a rapidly evolving global economy, cooperation between the two countries has become more important than ever. Today, with me, Iqbal Suwita Miharja, we will have an exclusive interview with His Excellency Mr. Yoon Soon-gu, the Ambassador of Republic of Korea to Republic of Indonesia. Today, we look forward to discussing how Indonesia and Korea can build a more resilient, innovative, and future-ready partnership for the years ahead. Kamsahamnida, Your Excellency, and once again, welcome to Jakarta Globe Corner. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is very honor for us for having you too. So let's start the discussion between amid rising geopolitical and geoeconomical tensions globally nowadays, and then how does Republic Korea view Indonesia's role as strategic partner in ensuring regional stability and economic resilience, Mr. Ambassador?
Yes, now global economy is facing unprecedented challenge. As a responsible member of international community, both Indonesia and Korea has many rooms to, improve the relations. Already Korea is quite important, economic and other substantial partners to Indonesia, but still we have many rooms to improve.
Yeah.
Korea ranked seventh place in terms of trade and investment partner to Indonesia. But as you said, that Indonesia and Korea are responsible middle power in this world. So as the kinds of middle power coalition, and we need to strengthen our cooperation and partnerships in the positive ways.
Okay, Mr. Ambassador, what are actually the Korea's priorities in strengthening bilateral cooperations with Indonesia to navigate supply chains disruptions like energy, security challenges, and also shifting global economic dynamics? We know the tensions really ups and down, cools and heating, and something like that. How do you see that?
Well, Indonesia is a formidable producer in strategic minerals like nickel, bauxite, and also rare earth.
Yeah.
We are quite a formidable also, demander of these critical minerals. So I think that our economic structure is mutual reinforcing. And, it's quite fortunate that we have mutually complementary economic structure. So there's much rooms, to increase our cooperations in this field. And secondly, against this backdrop, at the last summit which took place in Seoul in last April, Korean presidents managed to agree with the Indonesian president on the critical minerals cooperation MOU. So based on this, we need to strengthen our cooperations. Basically, energy security has emerged quite important global task.
Yeah.
Just in the wake of Corona pandemic and geopolitical tensions.
Yeah.
So I think that's we need to strengthen our cooperation with Indonesia to secure critical minerals and energy source. Also, Indonesia, need kinds of investment from the foreign partner, like a reliable partner of Korea. So this could be win-win situations. So we need to strengthen our cooperations in
Okay.
the energy and the critical mineral sector.
So, Indonesia Korea SIPA has opened also new avenues of trade and investment, Mr. Ambassador. From Korea's perspective itself, what areas of the agreement remain underutilized, and how can both countries accelerate its implementations, do you think?
Uh, well, firstly, ASEAN as a whole is number one or number two trading partner to Korea,
Yeah.
and Indonesia is a leading nation in ASEAN.
Yeah.
The Indonesia is the most populous country in ASEAN, and
Yeah. Yeah.
also is resource-rich countries. So again, we have quite mutually complementary economic structures. So in terms of a collectively responding to supply chain disruptions and also expansion of trade and investment. Again, Indonesia would be ideal partner to Korea. From Indonesia's perspective, also, you need some kinds of investment in the renewable energy field and energy, the advanced, the economic sector. So we are ready to cooperate with Indonesia. So I think that all in all, Korea and Indonesia would be the ideal partners to promote the mutual interest.
Hopefully, the most ideal, Mr. Ambassador. Not only ideal, yeah,
Uh-huh.
the most ideal maybe in the near future. Now, speaking of the trade value between our country, has been showing a decreasing trend, Mr. Ambassador, from 24.5 billion US dollar in 2022 down to 20 billion US dollar in 2023 and 2024, and again down to 18 billion US dollar in 2025 as a record that we search. With the global fragmented global trade dynamics at this moment, how do you see the trading partnership potential with Indonesia this year and in the future? Maybe for this year's only, maybe to explore. So the trading value will be better this year, 2025, 2026. How do you see the trade between Republic of Korea and Indonesia?
Again, Indonesia has a great potential to increase its foreign trade, particularly with the reliable partner like Korea. But we have had quite a steady growth in terms of trade and investment vis-a-vis Indonesia. But you see the statistics.
Yeah.
In 2025, mutual trade has decreased steadily. There are some reasons.
Yeah.
Basically, Korea's large-scale investment has been finalized in case of Hyundai Automobiles and Lotte Chemical and POSCO steel making, and also there are some declines of raw material price, which Indonesia has exported to Korea. So due to those kinds of reasons, our bilateral trade has posted a little bit decline mode. But again, we have great potential to increase our bilateral trade and investment, particularly in the area of energy, renewable energy, and shipbuilding and nuclear power, and all these are quite a promising area.
Electric vehicle?
Yes,
Maybe we know that electric vehicles are very pioneer from Hyundai. We know first in Indonesia from Hyundai. How do you see that in the future, maybe?
Well, it's amazing. It's quite awesome that you see
Yeah.
many Hyundai automobile running in the street of Indonesia. It's a quite bold decision from the Hyundai automobiles that they made a huge
Yeah.
amount of investment in this soil. Hyundai automobiles EV facility was its first kind in Southeast Asia. So, which means that Hyundai automobiles made a great
Yeah.
decisions to use Indonesia as a springboard to export its productions to other ASEAN countries and the other part of the world.
Okay.
So we need to keep this kind of positive momentum in the right way.
Since we have the material for the batteries, maybe we have the nickel, the strongest one of the second largest nickel producers in the world. So, Mr. Ambassador, many countries are experiencing big economy challenges this year, including Indonesia and also other Asian countries. Overall, how do you see the investment climate in Indonesia at this moment? Of course, from the political situations, and also, is it still worth to invest here, do you think, Mr. Ambassador?
Yeah, again, Indonesia is the most populous country in ASEAN, and it could be ready to bridge, Islamic world and the other part of the world. So I think that's we value the Indonesia in a positive way. So you have a lot of potentials in economically, and also what is impressive to us is that we have mutually complementary economic structure. We have kinds of experience to develop our countries. We came here from the ashes Korean War, and Indonesia, was much richer, I believe, that than Korea in the 1950s. And you have resource-rich countries. So I think that we need to create a kind of synergies, by using this kinds of strengths.
So, is there any complaints from the Korean investors that about the challenges faced by them, business players maybe or retailers? How's the confidence they face? Maybe the regulations, for example. Is there any complaints?
Yes, it's quite natural.
Yeah.
And I think that firstly, two authorities, should sit together
Yeah.
to remove those kinds of barriers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Many Korean companies are complaining, of course, the non-tariff barriers and also some rules and regulations from their perspective unnecessary, to
Okay.
promote business activities here. So I think that's all in all, we need to remove some barriers to,
Yeah.
to boost the further investment. That's the way that Indonesian authorities should take, I believe.
Did you already mention or communicate with the government or the
Yes,
administration
we have
regarding this?
regular
Yeah?
contact points, but we need to revitalize these regular dialogue channels, to remove.
All right. So, Mr. Ambassador, Korean companies have shown strong interest in Indonesian industrial downstreaming agenda also. What factors are driving the interest? How can the both governments ensure long-term investment certainty? Besides, we have the same economical structure you mentioned. How do you see this?
Well, again, so we view Indonesia potentials as a great asset from our Korea's perspective. So we are ready, to increase our cooperation with Indonesian partners. And particularly, we are focusing on kinds of critical minerals asset. That this is an important part of building, for example, semiconductor industries.
Yeah.
Semiconductor industries are quite a complex network. We need kinds of indigenous technology in the field of electronics and chemicals and
Yeah.
minerals. And also we need some kinds of critical minerals. I think that's basically Indonesia is number one producer of nickel and
Yeah.
other important critical minerals. So, by combining these two strengths, we could make some winning situations, So I think that's this is a kind of positive prospect. Actually, it's about, basically, so we need kinds of incentives to make business environment, friendly to a semiconductor and strategic industries. For all these, we need to step up our effort.
Okay. Is there any information? Maybe can you spill the tea regarding what companies from Korea that is now, planning to invest in Indonesia in the near future, especially in this industrial downstreaming?
Well, it's, in the downstreaming sector, we have already made a huge investment. But I think that's once some cloudy environment for a business would remove, I think that I firmly believe that will be ready to increase our investment actually here.
Okay, so Mr. Ambassador, how can investment move beyond manufacturing into technology transfer now and skills development? Indonesian people really look up to Korean, especially the culture, the music, and also the technology. The brands like Samsung and others that the young people really dying to have. How do you see this uh, beyond manufacturing into technology transfer to Indonesia from Korea?
Well, so we do not intend to export our product here in Indonesia. We are ready to transfer technology, and also we are quite enthusiastic, to train the Indonesian peoples. Um, just the technology transfer could not be made just by producing some product here.
Yes, yes.
We need to train Indonesian, the workers here. So I think that's so far we have invested huge amount of resources here to train Indonesians, and so we are looking forward to the big strike by combining our forces simultaneously.
Really looking forward. So, regarding the semiconductor supply chain that is becoming a central issue in global geopolitics, how does Korea assesses Indonesia's potential role in supporting supply chain diversification or upstream material security?
In order to
Yeah.
the build a quite safe environment for semiconductor business, firstly we need to strengthen private to company corporations in addition to government corporations.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
that's the fundamental things. But at the same time, so it's quite worthwhile to remind that we need to take times
Yeah.
to see the formidable growth of semiconductor industry. Again, it's a quite complex chain
Yeah.
of industries. We need the chemical based and electronic based and the material based. All these combined, finally we could see the growth of semiconductor industries. So I think that's all in all. Indonesia has quite the upper hand, basically because you have
Yeah.
a critical minerals
Yeah.
and also well trained the workers here. So once you are going to guarantee some kinds of safe business environment here and remove some barriers,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
could be a good basis for the flourishing the semiconductor industry here in Indonesia. But to be honest with you, so far many foreign partners approached us,
Yeah. Yeah.
to figure out whether or not we could, help
Yeah.
their semiconductor industry base. So far, I believe that there's no concrete, the actions or concrete discussions in this field. But
Okay.
again, so you have quite positive conditions.
So that's very potential in the conductor supply chains. Is that Vietnam that is proposing to you? Or
Semiconductor, when it comes to the semiconductor industry itself, not that much in
Okay.
Vietnam. But mobile phone, of course,
Yeah.
yes,
All
Samsung,
right.
electronics, they heavily focused on Vietnam as a springboard to produce the cutting edge technologies of semiconductor. But when it comes to the semiconductor, well, not that much to Vietnam. But again, you have firstly huge market. Firstly, secondly, you have critical minerals.
Yeah.
So I think that you have basic conditions
Okay.
to build up your semiconductor industries.
Okay.
Now is the next. What is needed is that strong government commitment.
Yeah.
To ensure that the semiconductor industry will flourish here in
And also
Indonesia.
to remove the barriers
Yes.
itself.
Yes, right, right.
So, Mr. Ambassador, is Korea open to exploring joint initiative like talent development, R&D, collaboration, or component manufacturing to strengthen semiconductor cooperation itself with Indonesia? Do you think?
Yes, yes. I think that when it comes to the R&D, I think that we have made such a bold decisions to increase, our R&D investment here. And to be honest with you, Indonesia is number one partner to Korea's official development aid,
Yeah.
and number one destinations of Korea's official development aid across the world. So I think that's we have already a solid basis for taking off. So once by removing some non-tariff barriers and to make whole environment friendly to business activities, we will be ready once again to take off further.
So let's move to the green cooperation and energy transition, Mr. Ambassador. Korea has been also active in Indonesia's energy transition, from pioneering EV batteries, like we talked about previous, and also on doing project on carbon capture and storage, or CCS. What new areas of green cooperation do you foresee emerging in the next 5 years, maybe?
Energy sector is one of the most promising areas
Yeah.
for the further cooperations. On that basis, the two leaders basically agreed to strengthen our cooperations in energy sector, specifically renewable energy. You know, the solar panels, hydrogens are quite important area for a cooperation between two countries. And also, Indonesia has a quite constant plan to build a nuclear power plant here.
Yeah.
You know, Korea is quite a formidable force in these areas.
Yeah.
We have 25 nuclear power plants in our soil, and we also managed to build 4 units of nuclear power plant in Arab Emirates, and construction is ongoing in Czech. So we are ready to cooperate with Indonesia. So many people are talking about SMR and conventional nuclear power plants. I think that we have, the indigenous technology in this field, and also a carbon emissions, or transport of the carbon emissions is quite also important and very promising areas.
Yeah.
We have already quite success story in this field.
Please
Yes.
share.
Yes.
Okay, so how can both countries ensure that green investment, especially in EV and battery ecosystem, deliver long-term sustainability and also share economic value, Mr. Ambassador?
Yes, it's amazing to report to you that Hyundai Automobiles, they have manufacturing facilities up to 150,000 units.
Okay.
The EV and fossil fuel engines, automobiles. It's it's the first kinds of the Hyundai's manufacturing facility in Southeast Asia.
Wow.
So they have quite the serious plans to use Indonesia as a springboard of their automobile industries. So I think that Indonesia is #1 nickel producer. What I should say at this juncture is
Yeah.
that you need to stable your effort to provide some extra incentives to nickel-based
Okay.
batteries. Actually, Hyundai is producing nickel-based EV, but they are these days are suffering from less competitiveness. To be honest with you,
Okay.
some cheaper battery based on the other minerals really dominate whole market.
Yeah.
So but the nickel is eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Fuel recycle. The battery recycle perspective.
Yeah.
Nickel is much more eco-friendly. So you need to support nickel-based Hyundai batteries and EVs. So we are expecting further incentives from Indonesian government.
So listen up, government. So is there any suggestion from you regarding this incentive? How maybe the mechanism or the incentive methods that maybe can be applied here from South Korea?
Yeah, there are two strengths.
Yeah.
Firstly, you are #1 producer of nickel.
Yeah.
So boost the nickel industries. You need to provide more incentives to nickel-based battery vehicles.
Okay.
So probably by providing some tax incentives.
Okay.
Further tax incentives to nickel-based EV vehicles. Actually, that's the starting point for the incentives. And also remove some non-tariff barriers. So
Okay.
it's one of the key boosting effort.
It's always top tier discussion when we talk about the energy. Also, BUniverse is also having the Energy Mineral Festival. Maybe we would like to have maybe Korean companies that is focusing on this energy and minerals to be here and as the guest and the source of the discussion will be around maybe August or September. Looking forward, Mr. Ambassador, to having the Korean companies here. So let's move to the maybe easy topic to talk: the tourism, creative economy, culture, people-to-people ties. Of course, we would like to discuss about the K-pop and K-drama, but later on. Regarding the steep corrections on the rupiah exchange rate has brought more foreign tourists to Indonesia in the last couple months, Mr. Ambassador. In April 2026, almost 35,000 tourists from Korea visited Indonesia. On the other hand, Korea is also one of Indonesia's favorite destinations. We love to see how, to see where the BTS take the shoot, or maybe the K-drama from Netflix. There's an ongoing pilot project of free visa of 15 days stay for a minimum 3-person group of Indonesians visiting Republic of Korea, effective from May 28 until the end of 2026. How's the impact of the evaluation so far?
New visa system works well.
Okay.
Once these new visa system, visa removal, schemes works well, we will consider in a serious way that complete removal of visa requirement. Actually, that will be starting point to boost people-to-people exchange. And currently, individual tourists still needs a visa.
Yeah.
But this group visa requirement could be removed completely.
Okay.
And next step would be to consider whether or not individual visa is necessary.
Wow. Is
So-
it 2027? Will be happening now?
Yes. So we need quite a positive track record.
Okay.
So, the illegal, undocumented persons, should allowed to visit Korea, and overstay, the people of overstay, all these, side effects should disappear from the radar. So
Wow.
once we
It's good
have this
news.
kinds of positive, the track record, we'll be ready to remove remaining, the constraint.
Wow.
Which means that to remove the visa requirement
once
to
it's
individual.
once it's implemented, you should share with us first. So we'll share the news around the world to Indonesians. So Indonesia will be very excited for this news.
But it's a quite shame. Indonesia, the number of Korean tourists here, the coming to Indonesia, is meaningless in terms of in comparison with the other peer countries. Let's take an example of Vietnam. The number of Korean tourists who visit Vietnam annually reach around 4 million. Here,
Okay.
the 350,000, less than 1/10
Okay.
of the total number of Korean visitors to Vietnam. It's a shame, Indonesia is
we have
most
so
populous
many.
countries. Yes,
Yeah.
3 times higher than
Okay.
the number of inhabitants in Vietnam. So we need to enhance our air connectivity firstly, and also we need to remove any the visa restraint and some things.
Sure.
So so we have great potential in these areas.
Because South Koreans, maybe Korean people should know that Indonesia not only Bali or Jakarta. We have so many like
Manado and air connectivity
Exactly.
is one of the key
Yeah.
element to
So-
boost people-to-people exchange.
So they face the air connectivity challenges, so they maybe prefer other countries to visit. 4 millions in Vietnam. I think you should take 3 millions from Vietnam, come to Indonesia, then maybe in the next 3 or 5 years, maybe, yeah?
Yes, but the number of Indonesian workers in Korea is steadily increased. There's positive signals, but we need many rooms to improve. Actually,
But from the record itself, how many Indonesian now is visiting South Koreans? Because with this visa 15-day stays for minimum 3 group, really happening and go viral.
since introduction of new visa system, the number has steadily increased.
Okay.
I think that at the end of this year, the number would reach around 300,000.
Okay.
So the number of Korean visitors to Indonesia will reach around 400,000. So it's well balanced. But again, we need to step up our extra effort.
Is there any other policies are needed or planned to boost our country's tourism? Do you think any discussion or maybe dialogue with the Ministry of Tourism of Indonesia regarding this?
We made every effort to promote the tourisms, two-way tourisms, let's take an example. So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
number
please.
of fishermen from Indonesia is number 1 in Korea.
Okay. Wow.
You are quite archipelagic countries.
Yeah,
So,
we are, yes.
and we are really grateful to the dedications and effort of Indonesian fishermen, actually.
So that's very one point. But what does or what do Korean people like actually in doing tourism? Do they like beaches or maybe nature or maybe urban tourism or something?
To be honest with you,
Yeah,
this
please.
is my little
Sure.
secret.
Yeah.
We are not satisfied with the landscape of Jakarta. And,
Okay.
there are quite a similar landscape in Korea.
I love Jakarta, but the traffic is different story.
Yes, but you have, quite, the unparalleled biodiversity
Okay.
in these countries. So I saw many Korean tourists from college, who have really serious concerns or serious interest in biodiversity in these archipelago countries. And also Indonesian forest is considered, the Amazon in Asia Pacific.
Yes.
So this is you have a hidden treasure actually. So this is quite a formidable resource for attracting foreign tourists.
The culinary
And-
side?
Yeah, and there are many
You love to
places
eat.
for divers. There are many El Dorado for divers and maritime sports. Yeah, also.
So speaking about the K-pop, the creative industry, but before the K-pop, let's talk about the K-drama. If you watch the K-drama, we always see how the actress or maybe the actors really eat the Korean foods really enthusiastically. Like they like slurp, they eat like very mouthful of gimbap or something. Make us really want to order some Korean foods.
They perform skillfully.
Yes, and how also the film producer or movie producer or the series producers really show the landscape of the Korea that really people really longing to visit Korea after watching that. Is there any certain strategy actually from that?
Well, we have quite developed entertainment industry. That's number one.
Yeah.
And Korean film and quite entertainment industry draw worldwide attention. So to be honest with you, so we are expecting BTS will perform at the end of this
Yes,
year.
they're coming on December.
Yes.
Okay.
So the remarkable thing is do you know the word of army?
Yes, army,
Yeah.
army, the fans, right?
Fan groups of
Yeah.
the BTS.
BTS.
The word army, I think that's around the 25% of word army comes from Indonesia.
Wow.
So Indonesians are really fantastic to
Best.
support the Korean pop groups
Yeah.
and boy group and girl crush groups.
So that's why maybe BTS will be performing 3 days in
Yes.
a row here in Jakarta.
It's quite rare.
So many armies. Maybe is there any army here? See. So they are requesting 7 days in a row. Is that possible, Mr. Ambassador?
When BTS visited Mexico, Mexican president, her by herself,
It's the
appealed to
army.
BTS to extend their stays.
Oh, wow.
But well,
Okay. So BTS is really strong, and other groups also strong, Blackpink and others. Maybe I'm not an army, but maybe willing to be an army later on if.
there are entertainers of Indonesia performance in Korea these days. There are a couple of boy group and girl groups whose member are Indonesians.
Yeah. We
This
know
is a connected word. So once you are talented, you could be picked up.
Yeah, maybe I should explore a Korean market as the presenter there, Mr. Ambassador. So, speaking of the creative industries in a big scale or bigger scale, from K-pop, K-drama, gaming, have strong influence in Indonesia once again. What potential do you see for two-way collaboration in movies, animation, gaming, and digital contents? Because some actors already performing in the Korean movies or series, maybe vice versa. Is there any special dialogue or maybe the,
Yes.
discussion
Yes,
ongoing
yes.
right now? Yeah.
At the government level and also at the government level, firstly, we invested some considerable amount of money to train Indonesian entertainers.
Okay.
It's going to last up to 2027. Government, we are not satisfied with the just exporting our cultural goods to Indonesia. we are considering kinds of coexistence with our key neighbors key partners like Indonesia. So, the co-producing of film is one of the area.
Yeah.
And basically, K-pop boom started with K-culture boom started with K-pop,
Yeah.
followed
Yeah.
by K-drama and other fields, and K-cinema is no exceptions. We are exploring a further cooperations in this domain, but we have quite a solid basis. I checked the current status of Indonesian
Yeah.
film industries. Around 80% of Indonesian viewers are focusing on the Indonesian-made
Yeah.
Indonesian films.
Yeah.
So we are already reached the stage to the stage of co-producing films with Indonesia, and we invited some entertainment industry workers to my countries and train them. It's eventually. They will be, reborn. They will be reborn as a gifted and talented film,
yeah.
director.
Yeah, like maybe we'll be releasing like the Silent Day movie, where it's the Korean movie background in Bali about the silent days. Maybe we'll be coming out soon with the Korean actors and actors taking the backgrounds of the Silent Day of Bali, of Hindu, especially in Bali, and we're looking forward for that. It's Korean actors in Bali. So, Mr. Ambassador, what role do cultural diplomacy and youth-driven creative industries play in strengthening long-term foundation of our bilateral relationship? I think that's a very major thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the fundamental. And as an ambassador, I primarily focus on increasing people-to-people exchange and cultural exchange between two countries. The other commercials will be followed by, these kinds of booms in these, fundamental fields.
Okay, lastly, Mr. Ambassador, unfortunately, I cannot hold you in this room forever. Is there any suggestion, maybe a message to our administration, to our government, and to Indonesian people regarding the cooperation between Indonesia and Korea? Maybe you can see the camera here.
Korea stand as a reliable partner to Indonesia. Again, we have great potentials. Indonesia is our neighbor. I think that's Indonesia and Korea has quite a mutually complementary economic structure.
Yeah.
And also, the Indonesia is a leading nation in ASEAN. Peace and security in this area will heavily affect on the peace and security in the Korean Peninsula, vice versa. We are indispensable partner,
Yeah.
at the global stage. As a middle power, so we need many, and much rooms to improve our relations. So we are ready to take off together with Indonesia.
Ready to take off together with Indonesia. Your Excellency, kamsahamnida for sharing
Thank you.
our valuable insight with us. So our conversation has highlighted the Indonesia-Korea partnership is no longer defined solely by trade and investment, but increasingly by innovation, sustainability, technology, and the strong bonds between our people. As both countries navigate an increasingly complex global landscape, this partnership holds tremendous potential to create shared prosperity for generations to come. We sincerely appreciate your time and wish you continued success in strengthening the friendship and the cooperation between the Republic of Korea and Indonesia. Once again, kamsahamnida. And thank you all for watching this Jakarta Globe Corner. This episode, I'm Iqbal Switami Harja. See you in the next special one. Annyeonghaseyo. Goodbye. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You're an excellent professional.